Today I want to talk about future, not now. I want to talk about a megatrend, what is happening in the future, and as an entrepreneur, how that may affect us, positively or negatively. And are we resilient enough to accept such changes, such a rapid and dynamic changes that are happening in the world? So first of all, what is megatrend? Are you familiar with this word, megatrend? It's not just a trend, it's a megatrend. It means that is a wider spread and a long term. It's not just a short. It's social, economical, environmental, political, or technological change that is slow to form but has a major impact once in place. Could you give me an example of a megatrend that is happening right now? AI, perfect. Maybe 10 years ago, we were not sure about is AI to be a megatrend, but now we're sure about it. So today I may ask you to take a piece of paper and pen, and while I'm talking about these megatrends and the threats, see how that may affect your own professional or personal life in the next 10 years, and how you will do with that. So the difference between the trend and megatrend is that the trend is something that is happening between 5 to 10 years, and megatrend, it may happen more than 10 years. Before we may have some craze or fads, that something crazy ideas may be happening. It may not last for long, but after a few years, it may become a microtrend and then become a megatrend. Could you give me an example of microtrend that we are seeing that is happening right now, but we are not sure it may be a megatrend? Sorry? EVs. Yes, it was microtrend maybe a few years ago, but now it's becoming a megatrend. Now, what is happening that a microtrend may become a megatrend? What are the different parameters that involve in these things?
Short-term, long-term.
Sorry?
Short-term, long-term.
No. The factors that may change a microtrend to a megatrend. For example, one should be a global economical situation that assists a microtrend to become a megatrend. What else?
Environmental change.
Exactly, the environmental changes that force us to go to be more sustainable, to change an EV from a microtrend to a megatrend. So having EV is not like just a fancy, luxurious thing right now. It should be a must. What is happening in Europe right now is becoming a megatrend of EV. So these are the different aspects of a megatrend that may happen. A megatrend may happen at a social level, at an environmental level, or in a technological disruption. As you said, AI is a technological disruption on a megatrend that is pushing us to that path. Or a demographic shift. What is an example of that demographic shift that is happening to become a megatrend? Migration, especially after the wars or civil issues, that a huge amount of people are moving. It's a people mobility. Before it was the financial mobility. Now it is a people mobility that is affecting demographic shift, and it will become a megatrend. So just let me finish.
Aging of people, that's also another demographic.
Exactly. Aging is another factor of the demographic. Thank you. So, as you mentioned, one of the first topic is the generative AI. And it's said that to be an industry leader in 5 years, you need a clear, compelling generative AI strategy today. Now look at your business or your personal life. Are you going toward this generative AI in your path or not? Would you like to become a 5-year leader in your industry, or just you want to get an isolated, safe business in your own comfort zone? This is a difference how you can roll out in the next few years. The next one is the hybrid work environment. I'm sure that you'll agree with me that this is the big mega trend that is happening all over the world. If you check the numbers, now more than 32 people prefer to have a exclusive remote work, 59% going to hybrid, and only 9% are looking for fully on-site job. go back to your own business and your personal life. How that may affect this megatrend your business. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to have only less than 10% of your employees at site? And this is the research that people looking for jobs that are hybrid. It's becoming 3.500% in the past few years. The next one, the next megatrend is convenience. How easy it is to use. How much this technology, this product, this service will save my time. I just want to be at home and use that technology instead of going out and spend my time. More than 67% people are looking for ways to simplify their lives, and 42% willing to spend money to save time. Is this part of your product, your service strategy in the next 10 years, that people will pay you to save time or not? The next one, the next mega-trend is digital living. Now, in the 2040, 98% of the whole world population will own smartphone. How much is today? Do you know? Any idea? How many people in the whole world are using a smartphone? I don't know either, so please Google it. The next one is 87% of the population will be using internet. It is less than 60%, that wasn't, I know. 72% of consumers use technology to improve their daily lives, and 58% of consumers would feel lost without internet. In Canada or in North America, maybe 100% will feel lost without internet right now, especially new generations. The next megatrend is diversity and inclusion, and it's not, again, a luxury fancy motto. It is a must that you should have. 60% of consumers gave back to those in need. So when your business is showing that you are giving back to the society, that you have a social responsibility, and you take care about the others, people are more eager to do business with you. 32% of consumers were actively involved in social and political issues. So it's important, your political aspects in your business even. I just want to give you a beautiful example from L'Oreal. I'm not presenting L'Oreal, it's no commission from that product, but just let you know that this is the new, do you know what it is? Anyone? Who knows? What it is, I know it's like a lipstick, and L'Oreal makes lipsticks. It's a product called HAPTA that's used for the people with a limited hand and arm mobility. That when they're not capable to use lipsticks with their own hand, and this is an active AI machine that finds your lips, and you can draw lipsticks with no issue. And you know, the price is so high on this item, but people are eager to buy it. High, I mean about, I think less than $100. But it's very expensive, but people try to buy it and even to donate it to people in needs. And that is one of the examples of megatrends of diversity and inclusion. The other one is that people in the next 10 years, 20 years are trying to experience more than possess anything. They are paying money for the experience, not just a product, not just the actual thing. 60% are looking for curated experiences that were tailored for their tastes. So is your product ready for be tailor-made for people to have a better experience, or it's just over the shelf and take it or leave it? 47% prefer to spend money on experiences rather than tangible items. 43% wanted to engage with brands to influence products innovation. You need to show some part of innovation in your product too. And 39% like to be actively engaged with brands. The other important thing is personalization. And this is in most of the fields, in healthcare, in IT, and name it. Consumers want bespoke products that accommodate their specific lifestyles. 48% wanted products and services uniquely tailored for them. Now look at your own business. Are you ready for that? And the other important one is sustainable living. And people today, oops, sorry. Go back. No, back. Yeah, thank you. So we want to have a positive impact on planet and communities. And these are the aspects people are looking for: reduce food waste, reduce plastic use, and recycle items. Now, back to your own business, your product, your service. Are you taking care of those or not? And the next one is wellness. People are trying to stay healthy. And the first one is mental well-being. Maybe you have heard a lot in the workplaces that people may say, well, I don't do this job because it's not mentally healthy for me. And this is something new trend. People may quit their job because they feel overburned and they think it's not good for my mental health. Then it is the immune system, getting enough sleep, feeling good, emotional well-being, healthy weight, and absence of disease. And these are the things that people are looking for. So those were trends. Now, what are the main risks that are estimated to be in 2024 specifically? And again, are you ready for those risks or not as an entrepreneur? The first one is social and geopolitical risks, and that may affect the supply chain, commodity prices, and political stability. Are you looking long term and see all these issues in your business or not? The second one is polarization, polarized elections that may create large market shifts. 40 countries in 2024 are taking elections that may polarize also their countries. One happened just last week. And this is the political and social environmental issues that may affect your business. The third one is the economic uncertainty. After this inflation, are we landing soft or are we landing hard in our economy? And are you ready for both scenarios in your business or even your personal life? The most important one, I believe, is this one, is reglobalization and deglobalization. After what happened during the COVID time, the supply chain specifically damaged a lot because of deglobalization of, for example, the Chinese products in the market. And now, again, we are going back to reglobalization or not. This is something that you need to think about, especially if you're doing international global business. And the last one is a supply chain fragility, and we experienced that before again, and the disruption of the goods and services because of the global events or because of the environmental issues. I just want to share an example that just happened for us in the last month. We were in a huge business of the snowmobile manufacturing in Canada. And it was an R&D project happening more than a year about the new technology on the navigation. And they just stopped last month this project of the snowmobile. Why? There was no snow because of the environmental issues. Because the demand of the snowmobile in general, and specifically in Canada, just cut in half and less. And that will affect lots of chain of businesses at the same time. So are you part of these changes? Are you going toward these global issues and environmental changes, or you're working against it? Now, as an entrepreneur, you need to be resilient. We have all experienced lots of ups and downs. But before that, what is resiliency? Is it just do what it takes? Is it hardiness? Is it success at any cost, or it is something healthy. So how do you define it, resiliency? There are lots of metaphors that I can show it with you, that maybe one of them might make sense for you. Like a bouncing ball, but you throw a ball, it bounces back. Is it resiliency for you? Does something happen in your personal life or professional life, go down and coming up, or not? Is it like flourishing even in the worst situation, or is it something that is like a good example of that? And that is the symbol, I think it's the Persian symbol of resiliency. That it is the tree that bends but not break. But again, looking at the other concepts of the resiliency, is it healthy or not? Are you going to be a resilient, better person after this hardiness? Or you may have lots of personal, professional, social, family issues after all these things. So there's adversity, of course. Everyday challenges, the catastrophes may happen, environmental, economical issue. You have two choices. The first one is to break down, or you may go to disorders, or you may cope, you may recover, you may adapt, and finally you may transfer. Which one you choose? It's not just giving up, it's not just tolerate. It's what happens is transformation after this adversity in your life. So the definition is the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or even significant source of stress. And there are lots of research that's showing individuals who are resilient are more successful entrepreneurs too. So as an entrepreneur, you need to be resilient to be successful. So there's a must. But what are these parameters? How can I say that I'm resilient? I'm just not paying attention to those adversities, or just do whatever it takes, or I need to learn something, I need to develop some of those skills. The good news is that all of us as human beings are resilient. Otherwise, we won't stay in this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. Just for your information, 99.9% of the species in the whole planet were disappeared. But we are one of those 0.1% that still exist. So we are resilient. The first one is to be emotionally regulated. We shall not get emotionally involved deeply in whatever happens in our professional or personal life to be able to be more resilient. For that, we need to practice to stay calm under pressure. We need to be able to identify our emotions in this adversity, and we need to have some healthy response when it happens. The second one is impulse control. As an entrepreneur, you cannot make a decision like this if something bad happens. You need to control your emotions and then make the better decision that has a long-term impact on you, not just for the short terms. This third one is the self-efficacy. It means you need to develop your skills, your hard skills, your soft skills, and be able to use them in time. You need to be master of your own skills and use those strengths when you need it. One of the important parts is the reaching out. We need to practice to be able to reach out to people, to get help, to get support. Even sometimes just find people to listen to us, like Sierra. You can go there and get some support. And for most of us, it's very difficult to reach out to people to get support. The other one, which you may say, hey, what's the relation with that, is empathy. The people who are more resilient have more empathy with other peoples. You can try it. The other one is optimism. You need to be optimistic about what's going on, and it is not just daydreaming or think, oh, it's good. Optimism based on the realities. And this, the other part of the opposite is negativity, not just the negativity. Yeah, it's negativity, not just pessimism. And the most important one for an entrepreneur is also a casual analysis. Instead of getting involved emotionally or personally in the business, you need to have the cause and effect of what happened and how you can make changes on those. When I'm talking about optimism, I'm just talking about based on reality. We need the optimism wedded in reality, not just our own daydreams. And it's not positive thinking. It's different between positive thinking and optimism. And I want to go back again to, I usually do this for that Reid Hoffman quote about the entrepreneurship that said, starting a company is like jumping off a cliff and assembling a plane on the way down, which all you are doing right now. But your willingness to jump is the most valuable asset as an entrepreneur. Thank you.